Man, I wish my Windows laptop couldn't do anything. macOS. Yeah, we're going to be installing macOS on this thing. Why? I don't know. I sometimes need a Mac for things on this channel. Anyway, what we're working with here is a Core i5-7200U, which came out like in 2017, I think. So it should be old enough where there's information about it, but also new enough that we can put Sequoia on here, right? That's how you pronounce it? Sequoia.
Sequoia.
Yeah, Sequoia. And my main reason for doing this is because I need a Mac that isn't from 2007 like all of my ones that I have. And I'm too cheap to buy an actual MacBook. And since I don't have a new enough Mac, we have to suffer through trying to get Windows to create the installer. Yay. But before we begin, this thing needs an SSD upgrade. So this thing has been opened about 400 times in its lifespan, so there's going to be some things that you see that do not bring happiness. Time to get in, and we're using my Scepter screwdriver that came with a TV like 10 years ago. Oh god, my disk. Okay, let's see what we're working with here. As you can see, I have previously upgraded this thing. This is not correctly installed. Yeah, real interesting contraption I've made here. I have permanently screwed in a screw that is way too thick for this standoff, so it is never coming out of here. At least it kind of holds this down slightly. Anyway, out you go. And the reason we're even replacing this is because it is 128 gigabytes and is pretty much already full. Luckily, I have a 256 gigabyte SSD. Look at it. It's very small. Oh yeah, and this has what this had on it. So yeah, in it goes. Okay, we don't have a hole that lines up. So, we're gonna go get a solution. Anyone want to take a guess what the solution is before I put it on screen? A piece of electrical tape. This'll be fine. Yeah, just stick it like that. Wow, that was a little long for what I thought I was going to need. Let's just take some of it off. There we go. Okay, I probably should have used scissors before that because now it is 100 times worse. But yeah, this'll totally be fine. No issues will arise from this. Good. All good as new in there. We have finally made it back into Windows. It has been a literal day, and I didn't record any of it because I thought it would take 5 minutes. But basically, after cloning this thing, the new SSD that I have installed in here just kept boot looping. So I was like, is there something wrong with the partition? And I installed 3 different partition managers right here. By the way, if you're looking for a good partition manager, this one is the best one. It has the most features and is free. Do that one. These other ones all suck, especially you, Aomi. You do the full demo, but then you have to pay for everything that the demo is supposed to grant you. But anyway, I literally had to right-click this drive, uninstall it, restart my computer, and then it's fine now. Alright, so I've always sort of wondered something. Can I boot a regular macOS installer on a Windows computer? What will happen if I just stick a regular macOS install DVD into this thing? Right here, I have my totally legit version of macOS Catalina. Look how real it is. It's written in highlighter. So let's see what happens. I kind of suspect nothing will happen, but I guess we will see. In it goes. And let's see what it does. Nope. That is Windows. Yeah, kind of as expected. There's not really like a partition on here that a regular Windows laptop can see. If you mount this disk, all it shows is install macOS Catalina, the file. So yeah, as expected, nothing happened. All right, moving on. I have 2 goals. 1, I want to dual boot macOS with my current Windows install without losing anything. And 2, I want to see what it can do in macOS after we're done. Maybe install Logic Pro on here or something like that. So we're going to be following everyone's favorite guide, the Open Core install guide. There's like 100 prerequisites. Number 1, we need time and patience. I have that, because you know time is totally not limited. We need an Ethernet connection. Good thing this laptop has one, unlike the Steam Deck I did this on. Look, it's one of these ones with a little flap that I play with all day. And then finally, the latest BIOS installed, which we're going to do. So this is an Acer that. Oh, well, I guess actually the latest BIOS is from 2018, and I have definitely updated it since then. So the BIOS is updated magically. How did I do that? Time. I traveled back 6 years and updated it when I had a different issue. God damn. Okay, well, let's go next. What are the hardware limitations? This thing has a 940MX, so that thing's just gonna be turned off. Hey, look at that. There I am, Kaby Lake, and it just works, all of it. Yay. Finding your hardware. I already know what my hardware is. I'm smart. Although, I guess this doesn't really require being smart and more so requires having a reading level above a 5th grade level. Off to making the installer. And we're not using macOS because currently my only computer that runs macOS runs 10.11 and cannot go further than that. And I'm using it to record sound right now. So yeah, we're going to be making the installer in Windows. But that's okay. Everyone loves Windows as long as it's Windows 10 or lower. To start, you'll need the following: a 4GB USB stick. Hey, look, I have one of those. It's the Rufus USB. And then this other stuff. So we're going to use Mac Recovery. And then we copy one of these commands. And we're going with Sequoia, the latest one. So we'll do that. And then we'll download. Hey, look, it's done. And it looks like we have the base system installer. So now we're going to format our USB. And I think it's really cool that I chose actually the slowest USB to do with it, but I'm committing to the bit. I think it's funny that it's the Rufus USB. FAT32. Bloop. All done. Why don't I have permission to access the folder? That's strange. I have permission to access my own goddamn USB drive. Don't you dare try to tell me I can't. What? What do you mean? Go to the security tab. Fine. There is no security tab. What? Okay, it's done. Full formatting. It took like 5 minutes. Let's see if it works now. What do you mean I don't have permission to access a freshly formatted drive? What are you talking about? What if I just unplug it and plug it back in without any warning? Hey, that worked. Welp, there we go. We've got our EFI drive. Now we got to put stuff on it. And basically, we have to drag this folder over to the root of the USB. There it goes. I'm going to grab this EFI folder and put it into here. Okay, looks like there's a bunch of drivers we got to delete. So we literally only need this one. Goodbye, other drivers. You hopefully won't be missed, but I'm sure I'll do something wrong and need to get all of those back for some reason. Okay, I have somehow deleted everything out of the EFI folder except for this thing, so I'm gonna just drag the whole one back into it. And for tools, we're gonna keep OpenShell because I want easy debugging. Time to gather files. There we go. Bloop. Time for kexts. So the required ones we need are Lilu and Virtual SMC, except we don't need this one or this one.
And we need this for graphics.
This one for sound.
This one for Ethernet.
It is now time to use USB Toolbox to map our USB ports. Yay! This is totally not taking a long time. It's going to be all worth it though because I'm going to have Mac OS on this thing. I can't wait to do pretty much nothing in it because I don't really need it, but I kind of want it anyway. Okay, do it. So we need the tool and the kext. Oh yes, windows.exe. Very not suspicious. We have to plug a USB device into each port. Okay, ignore my terrible handprints. My palms are sweaty. In you go. Bloop. Find it. It found it. And then over here. It found it again. There. I think I did that correctly. Did it build? I think so. Okay, we're good. Oh, we might be able to get Bluetooth working. We'll use this one. And we're not getting Wi-Fi. Oh, here's where we get trackpad and keyboard working. We'll just use Voodoo PS2. And then finally, EC enabler for reading battery status and brightness keys because I want to actually be able to use this keyboard with the labels that it has on it. And now it's SSDT time. We got to get SSDTs for our processor. And since we have a Kaby Lake desktop, I'm going to download the ones that fall under this section. Well, luckily, it looks like there's pre-built SSDTs. I think I want to go with those. I know it doesn't teach you anything, but I want this to just work. It might work. Says they're universal. Simply select your hardware type and generation and download the associated files. Ah, I can get behind that. We have Kaby Lake, this one. We gotta download these ones and put them in the AC API folder. Bloop. Hopefully they're as universal as they say. Oh, now it's time for config.plist. Everyone loves doing this part, right? I sure do. Right? Are you picking up on my sarcasm here? Because there's a lot of things I can mess up on. And I have a dopamine addiction. I want things to just work immediately without any effort going into it. Now it's time to actually configure this thing. Oh boy. Oh wow. Okay. I guess we'll see if I want to show this to you. It can never be guaranteed that I followed all of that correctly or understood most of it. Okay, before I went any further, I just wanted to make sure this SSD was actually properly installed. It's kind of already peeling up, so we're just gonna take that off. No more electrical tape. I bought a thing, and we're gonna put it in so this thing actually fits properly. So this is like a little length adapter. It's like jelking your SSD. Don't leave that in. I think it goes like this, and then you put the screw in the back. Oh, cool. This screwdriver is brand new, and it's all oiled up for me. Great. Come on, it's not even magnetic. Why am I using this one? And now we have a nice elongated SSD that won't flop around in here. And then another thing I got are some nice, wonderful, they didn't come like this. The entire bag spilled out in the Amazon package because the screwdriver poked a hole in it. I got a bunch of motherboard standoffs. Seriously, not one of these fits? Figured at least one of them would. I have been boiling mac and cheese for 20 minutes. So you're telling me none of these fit. So I guess we're going to be bringing back our friend. But maybe I should try to get this screw out of here and then I can use one of these that might actually fit in here. I have a small hammer pliers thing and I'm going to clamp it in there like this. Oh God. Where did that go? Where is that? It went in the box. It's right here. How did it? That's crazy. I have real pliers now. There we go. Wow, that was so much easier with the correct tools. This is the original standoff that went to this, so it's supposed to fit here. Hey, look at that. It works. What do you know? The thing that's supposed to fit fits. Do any of these screws at least screw into that? Oh, I guess this one does. And you're kind of supposed to break this. Fiberglass in the air. Well, there we go. We have successfully completed the SSD upgrade halfway through the video. Now we can move on with the rest of the video after I clean up like all the screws that are everywhere. It's time to set up some BIOS settings. Well, there are not very many settings on this computer's BIOS. We do need to turn off Secure Boot. It says it is set to standard. It's grayed out. I can only access these two settings right here for some reason. Okay, apparently we have to set a supervisor password to actually access these settings. And I know what I'm setting it to. Balls. And now I can turn off Secure Boot. Good. That will surely not cause issues in Windows. Are there any other things I can actually turn off? Doesn't really look like it. Or hopefully this boots into Windows properly now. Let's see. What in the hell? OpenCore. Wait, it's booting. It's trying to boot macOS already. All right. Well, I guess if my configuration is good, then we'll see an Apple logo soon, but I very much doubt that we are going to see an Apple logo. It says no. Startup image failed, aborted. Yeah, it is not working. Could it be the fact that system product name is set to 14,1? Oh wait, I think I know what it is. I think we need to set this to -1 for no restrictions. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. If you don't do it, I'll set you on fire. Where's the screen? Hello? No. What? We're going back to Windows. And according to a single Reddit post, the reason it's not working is because I need to run SSDT time. Screw it. I'll get my own SSDTs. Okay, I have my own now. Surely I can just drag it in there. Let's see if that works. No! Literally, no! Don't tell me no. I don't like to be told no. Okay, we're still getting the same error, so it wasn't the AML files. What else could it be? Try disabling Secure Boot in the config.plist file. Let's try that. Disabled. There we go. Okay, close. Still doesn't work. Well, it seems to be getting into the installer because it's giving me like an error from macOS. Like that's a macOS screen. It's just not working. We'll go back into Windows and look at something. The sign-in option is disabled because of failed sign-in attempts or repeated shutdowns. I've shut my computer down too many times. What do you mean? Keep your device powered on for at least 2 hours and then try again? Bro, I'm troubleshooting something. I need to be shutting down and restarting. Come on, Windows. Now's not the time for this. I feel like we're so close. Can I do it now? No. What? So you're telling me that I should just sit here for 2 hours and not do anything? Okay, Windows. Sure, yeah, I forgot my PIN, even though I know it. Not today, Microsoft. I set it to the same exact PIN and it let me in, and I'm turning the PIN off now. Okay, I've now converted my laptop to a local Microsoft account, and hopefully I won't have to deal with that. Let's look at this log for a second. Here's the error. This version of macOS is not supported on this platform. Reason, Mac B4, what is this? I forgot that I could try this. There's a boot argument that is no compat check. That's what it says, and I'm gonna put it in there and see what happens. There we go. Surely that'll work. You know, I think part of the problem with this is the fact that the guide has me set it as a MacBook Pro 14,1. The MacBook Pro 14,1 came out in mid-2017 and only supports up to Ventura. So hopefully this boot argument does something. And if that's the only boot argument I need, we're gonna have macOS on here. And if it's not, I might actually spontaneously combust. You know, each time I restart this, it takes longer and longer to boot from this flash drive. And I don't know if it's just dying because it's super old, which might be a high probability, or, you know, something weird is happening. There we go. Spacebar. You know, this is really just my fault. I didn't research the model that it was having me set it as, but whatever. I think it's loading. Oh my god, it's actually, whoa, it's actually booting. I think it's doing stuff. Now the question is, am I going to have a bunch of things that I have to solve once I get into the OS? Yeah. I guess we'll see. If any of you fell asleep to this video, now's your time to wake up. There's an Apple logo. Oh, it's working. Oh, wow. We're in the recovery. We're in macOS recovery. Okay. Do any of the things that I need work right off the bat? Does the touchpad work? No. Does clicking it work? Also no. Does the keyboard work? No. Interesting. Seems as if something's odd. Editing Jace here. Rather than show this entire 10-minute part, edited by the way, of me going in circles trying to fix the keyboard and touchpad, let me just summarize it for you. First, I'm dumb. The keyboard was working the whole time and I just wasn't mashing the right keys to actually do anything in the installer. Second, I tried messing around with different voodoo kexts and adjusting BIOS settings for my touchpad between basic and advanced. None of that worked. Then, I realized something. I can't read. I am literally missing a file from the guide, the GPI 0 file for IC2 touchpads. But oh, for my configuration, you have to build your own. And I was kind of running out of time, so luckily, someone did this with my exact laptop model and was nice enough to upload their entire EFI file to GitHub. Huge thanks to Davix2301 for this. Their link will be in the description. So I just took their GPI 0 file and put it into my EFI.
What do you
No
mean?
luck. Then I tried to match my EFI directly to theirs, just with the updated OpenCore files. Nope. Oh, and through all this, I made sure my plist file was properly updated, but it wasn't looking good.
Why?
At this point, I was really running out of time to finish this, so you might see where this is leading. Yeah, I just took their whole EFI file and attempted to boot Sequoia with it with the correct boot arguments. And what do you know? Everything seems to be working. And that's where we are now.
Yay! Apple logo! Kermit the Frog is so fucking happy. Kermit the Frog is going to lose his fucking mind.
Okay, what? Why can't you install? Do I really have to go back to Ventura?
Yes.
I put Ventura on the USB and it's freaking working. I don't even care anymore. This video, we've done a whole lot of nothing. Well, really, we've done a whole lot of, I wonder if the thing that says it's compatible with one thing is compatible with the thing it shouldn't be. And the answer has been no every single time. But yeah, here we are at the macOS Ventura setup screen. We're actually installing macOS. Freeze frame. Yeah, I forgot to mention something. I made sure my Windows EFI partition was 200 megabytes because that's what macOS looks for. And then also within Windows, I created a 128 gigabyte exFAT partition, which I then formatted to APFS within the macOS installer. So now we're in the right place to do this. And hopefully this doesn't just overwrite everything. Yes, I have read and agreed to the terms of the software license agreement. Why do you ask? I'm installing this on a very real Mac, not my Windows laptop. Okay, that one. Go. It's working. It says it's gonna take 2 hours and 17 minutes. Good lord. I kind of find that hard to believe because I have gigabit internet. Yeah, look, there it goes, 40 minutes. I hope it takes even less than that as well. Oh my god, sweet Lois, it's freaking working. Can't believe I didn't just do everything all the guides were telling me to do and then it wouldn't have taken 8 hours. But hey, where's the fun in not actually learning anything? Oh my god, we made it.
Contains a built-in.
Ah, why is it talking to me? Stop! No, you don't talk. All right, let's get through this installer quickly before Apple airstrikes me for breaking their TOS. At least I'm safe from the Hackintosh community. Oh wait, I used someone's EFI. That's not gonna go well in the comments. About migration assistant. Wait, can I migrate my Windows data from the other partition to here? Oh, the Windows PC has to be turned on and connected to the network. Well, yeah, it's not gonna. Yeah, we're not out of the woods yet. This thing doesn't boot without the OpenCore USB plugged in. So we'll have to do that part and also set up the multi-booting. Share Mac Analytics. Nope. Hey, we're in macOS. Wow. This is actually working. And wait, do we have graphics acceleration? We do! Intel HD Graphics 620. Oh my god, it found the exact one too. All right, well, we made it. Look at this. It's actually working. That is a very transparent window. Is that it? We're just in now. We now have a MacBook. Except no. Yeah, no Wi-Fi. We're never gonna get Wi-Fi unless, hold on, I think I want to try something really quick. I do have this random little Wi-Fi USB thing, and I want to see if I can just plug it in. Nope. Probably because this is made for a Windows computer, and that's it. Can we fix the brightness now so it stops flickering? No, we cannot. Can we at least change it in settings? Oh wow, look, it's working. Oh, whoa. I wonder if it recognizes the CD drive. Hold on. Can it play my first album that I burned to a CD for some reason when I released it? Oh, it works! No, I don't need to know about Apple Music, just play the CD. Here's how we're gonna find out if sound is working. Oh hey, the buttons work. Yay, sound works. I kind of did not expect that to work, but hey, that's great. Okay, we should probably stop playing around now and actually fully make it bootable. Hold on. It's already plugged in here. It's got like every log known to man. I guess how many times did I restart my computer to make this work? I restarted this thing 55 times to make it work. That's how many logs there are. What's your record of restarting your computer to make OpenCore work? Mine is 55. We gotta somehow mount the system EFI. I've got my entire EFI folder right here, and I'm basically just trying to make a directory. There we go. What? Permission denied. Oh, maybe I have to do sudo. There, it worked. And we need to mount this one. It worked. Where now we have to find it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, all we have to do is copy this file to here. Nope, wrong folder. It goes in the EFI folder. There we go. Hopefully that'll work. That was pretty simple. All right. Now it's time to restart. And if all has gone to plan, we'll actually still end up in Windows because we have to run an extra command, which I'm gonna do. And then we'll be good and we won't have to use the USB. So we have to do this. And it says it completed successfully. Let's see if our efforts were useful. If they were, we should see the OpenCore boot picker. Please load. I don't have the USB plugged in, by the way. It should just work. Oh yeah, look at that. We can pick Windows or macOS. And we're going to macOS because we're not done with it yet. How about we install Steam and try to play something? You're probably thinking, oh, you did all that work just to install Steam. What is wrong with you? Yeah, there's many things wrong with me. But I also just kind of want Logic Pro on here so I can back up all my old projects that I made in school. Well, there we go. We're all set up. As you can see, we have a few things we're going to try. We're going to try Minecraft. I have Steam. What is happening? OBS just crashed. Oh, wait, no, it didn't. But as you can see, the screen capture is very smooth and not bad at all. But yeah, the performance is okay. Let's give some things on here a try. Starting with Minecraft. Can we mine and craft on the Acer laptop running macOS Ventura? Oh, and by the way, I may try to update this in the future, but there's a lot of steps to that, and that would be like a whole other video. So we're gonna stay on Ventura. Here's Minecraft. How well will it run? I suspect probably about as well as Minecraft runs on a computer with integrated graphics. Maybe even slightly worse. Oh, it's launching. That's a great sign. Oh, that's not very good. Okay, but I think this is because I'm recording. Let me just turn off the screen capture because it's gonna look like a choppy mess anyway. Oh man, it's taking a while to stop recording. That's way better. So yeah, this is running from a server, so the performance is gonna be slightly better than what it would be if it was running off of here. But I'd say in this case that doesn't matter because it's actually sort of helping it. So here's my world. We've got a little farm here and my house built into the side of a mountain. Well, Minecraft runs pretty well. What about a game from Steam? I was going to try Portal 2, but I guess this macOS version just can't run 32-bit apps. I didn't even know Portal 2 was a 32-bit app, but yeah, if you click play, it just doesn't launch. Anyway, I downloaded Rocket League. Not really exactly a fair comparison to Portal 2, but let's see how an esports title runs. And I can say from experience that this laptop runs Rocket League terribly, even with the discrete graphics cards. Is it even launching? Nothing happened. What does the activity monitor look like? Nothing. There is less CPU activity than there was before I clicked play. What? What about Dead Cells? I would think a sort of 2D game would play. Also, did you know that Dead Cells is 3D, just rendered with a shader that makes it look like 2D pixel art? It's kind of cool. You should look it up. And it looks like it's working. Wow. Is there really any point to this? Kind of not really. I could just play all these games and more on Windows. This is just a proof of concept and it's kind of cool that it works. Man, that took a while to load. Hey, it sort of runs well. It's not really running very smoothly. This feels like 30 frames per second, but it's playable, definitely. I don't know if that's the Intel HD graphics or this thing running macOS, but I think it's probably a combination of both. Hey, it's working. All right. Well, I guess we've answered our question. Can it game? Not really, but I guess you can play Minecraft on it. And now for the final question. Was all of this worth it? Kind of, not really, a little bit. Here's the song. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you'd like to see more, subscribe, check out my music. And thank you to my members who are listed on the screen right now. I appreciate you all genuinely. But anyway, thank you for watching.